Today we are going to be talking all about what the $600,000 price point can buy you in Salem, Oregon. We're going to start by talking about the overall landscape of the real estate market here in Salem in summer 2024, and then I'm going to jump online with you and walk you through some of the example houses that are in the $600,000 price point here in Salem that have recently sold. If we haven't met yet, my name is Clarity Odd, and I'm a local real estate agent who focuses on working with relocating clients just like you who are watching this video. If you want to hire me to be your buyer's agent here in Salem, go down to the description of any of my videos and you're going to see my contact information. Let's jump into the stats about the overall Salem real estate market for every single price point in summer 2024. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is my desktop screen. And we're looking at the Salem, Oregon real estate market stats for August 2024. Now, it is September 2024 right now, but we always look at the previous month stats, and that's exactly what we're doing. And then after this, we'll jump into some examples of the $600,000 price point. So I've actually configured these stats to show year over year or year-to-date growth, which is basically comparing 2024 stats to 2023 stats. And why this is helpful is because it provides us with context. These numbers just live in a vacuum by themselves, but when we provide context and what it actually compares to last year, it's super helpful. So that's the way that we're looking at it today. We're going to be looking at numbers and stats, so if this is not your shtick and you don't want to know about the real estate market here in Salem and what's going on, skip to the next section of this video. But if you like stats and data, stick around. So first on our list of the numbers that we're going to be talking about is the price or the median sales price for Salem, Oregon. Right now, it's at $428,000 for the median sales price. Now, if we look back in 2023, that number was at $410,000. So that's an increase of $18,000 in just 1 year. So that's a big jump there, almost $20,000 in 1 year. If you're a home seller, that's great because it means that you can expect the house that you're selling to potentially sell for more than you would have last year. If you're a home buyer, it means that the median sales price is going to be higher than it was just a year ago. And I think that my clients, other people on the internet, you all are feeling the pinch of purchasing a house and the overall affordability of it. That's very much reflected in this number. Moving on to the closed sales. Now, these are actually houses that have gone under contract here in Salem and then made it all the way to the completion and the closing table where you have the seller sells the house, the buyers get a new house. And this one's fairly similar. We had about the same sales in August of 2024 as we did in August of 2023. So the closed sales were at $1,099 in the month of August. And that's pretty steady. I mean, it's down a little bit from last year, but still pretty commensurate. Moving on to the median days on market. This one I think is very interesting. Now, you'll see that between, this time last year, this average house was sitting on the market for 58 days. That's almost 2 months. And in this 2024 summer cycle, we are seeing houses sit on the market for a median of 63 days. And when you take a step back and you think about it, like, what does that really mean? It means that most houses are going under contract within the first 30 days of being on the market. Houses are sitting for 30-ish days and then they're going under contract. And then it takes about 30 days for the house to actually go through the process of inspections and appraisals if there's financing involved, and then actually getting to the closing table. Last summer, it was a little bit more speedy. Things were happening in under 60 days, but these are pretty darn similar numbers when we kind of take a step back. And from my perspective, being a buyer's agent here in Salem, what I am seeing with my clients is that there is this weird coin. You've got one side where houses are they're priced really well, they're presented really well, and they just go very, very quickly off of the market. And then you have houses that typically need a little bit more renovation or updating, whether that be through the systems or just kind of decor wise. And those houses are sitting on the market much, much longer. And a lot of times sellers are having to lower the price point of those houses that are sitting on the market lower because nobody wants to deal with a house that needs renovations or major updates or upgrades, or it's just priced higher than anyone is willing to pay for it. So that's what we're seeing here in the Salem market for kind of the average days on market. If you are somebody who is looking for a deal, then you need to be looking for houses that have been sitting on the market for more than the median days, which is at 63 for this past month. Now it is feeling a little bit more slow right now than I would say last summer felt with my clients. I have a lot more people reaching out to me that are saying, hey, we're going to relocate to Salem, but it's going to be in 3 to 6 months. Usually in the summertime, it's a little bit quicker pace where people are saying, hey, we need to be relocating in 1 to 3 months. So that I think is reflected in this number here with the median days on market. It's just a little bit slower overall. Everything is. All right, now, this is a good one. And by the way, I haven't looked at these numbers yet. These are fresh, so we're kind of just spitballing it here. Okay, so list price received. This number is really interesting because it's a good gauge on how much are sellers actually asking for their house and how much is it actually selling for. So the price point or the list price received right now for August 2024 is at 99.5%, almost nearly 100%. So if it was at 100%, that indicates that, hey, whatever the sellers are listing their house as is exactly what the buyers are paying at the end of the day. It's just, it's only 0.5% under 100%. And for me, that indicates that there's still competition out there. There are still houses that are getting multiple offers. There are still houses that are getting over asking for their house. And there is still competition in the marketplace here in Salem. And this number is very similar to last year at this time. Last year in August 2023, sellers could expect to get 99.9% of their list price, which is basically they could put it on the market for X amount and they would get X amount. New listings, this is really good to see if you are a buyer. We are seeing new listings at 1,608. Now that is up by 12.5% from August 2023, so a year ago. This number means for you as a buyer who's thinking about relocating to Salem that you are going to have more houses to choose from, which is fantastic because I feel like my buyers have had like 5, 6, 7 houses that really check most of their boxes. If we're being honest, it's very unlikely that you're going to get every single box checked, but with an increase in new listings, it's definitely like yay for the buyers because you have more houses to choose from that potentially meet your needs. As a seller, when the new listing number goes up, it means that you as a seller have more competition. It means you have to get your house extra prepared and ready for the market, and the pricing of your home is going to be more important than ever. And at the end of the day, sellers, if you're looking at the new listings popping up in August, think you're going to have more houses in your neighborhood or in your block all competing for the same amount of buyers. So that's why it's really important to get things spot on the get-go when you first list your house. All right, we are going to move on to checking out Redfin. And let's go Salem, Oregon. I like Redfin because it has a lot of data up front for the consumer. I can't just show you guys the MLS, which is why I'm not going on the MLS in the back end. I can't do that for you. But I personally think that Redfin is the best alternative simply because of the way that they structure their data and that they are just very data focused, which I like. So earlier I told you we're going to be checking out the $600,000 price point and that my most recent $600,000 price point closing was for a new construction home. My YouTube client, she relocated from California. She moved up here within well, it was really a weekend. We were house hunting and then she went under contract. But it was a new construction house that she purchased in the Sunny Slope area, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It had a bonus office den in the front of the house, and then it was over 2,000 square feet. So we're going to check out new construction, and we're also going to check out some resale homes. Now, I'm actually going to be looking at the sold houses. I don't really want to deal with stuff that is like currently on the market. We're just going to look at what's actually been selling in Salem at the $600,000 price point. And you know what? I'm going to go down to a month. We're going to get really specific here. Okay, so we are going to go 600,000, and I'm going to cap it at 650 because usually if you're around the $600,000 range, oftentimes you're going to be able to go up to the 650 range. Talk to your lender, which if you need one, I'll set you up with mine. He's great, but this is a good range and what's typical for people who are looking at 600,000. Let me try and make my head a little bit smaller. There we go. So this is Salem, you guys. If you have not checked out my Salem neighborhood videos or my free Salem map guide, I catalog every single YouTube video that I have made based on location. Go down to the description of this video or any of my videos and look for the free map guide, and this whole thing will make so much more sense to you. I'm going to pretend like you've got a little bit of knowledge about Salem already. So let's dive into some of the 600,000 price point and what you can get. So first on our list is this house right here, which is located, where is she located? She's in the Fay Wright area. So this little triangle right here is Fay Wright, and this house is perched right in the middle. Super convenient. This is a newer house. It's not brand spanking new, but I do remember when it first went up for sale, and I believe that was just a few years ago. So for $634,000 in Salem, Oregon, you can get a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and a whopping 2,800 square feet. That feels like a pretty big number. Overall, this house being a newer construction home in a very convenient location and almost 3,000 square feet, this house feels a little bit more atypical, but it also might be a little bit more representative of buyers having more power in this market right now and more houses to choose from, so they can be picky and sellers need to be mindful of that. Okay, let's look at this beauty. Newer construction, I feel like this was a 2022 build. We'll check that out at the end. This house is on a hill. If you know me, you know that I hate hills, but you might love hills, and I support you in your hill-loving experience. New construction here in Salem typically tends to be much more open concept. You are usually going to see luxury vinyl plank, which is what I'm guessing this house right here has. It's not super common for new construction to, at this price point, to have hardwood floors installed. Usually it's going to be luxury vinyl plank. We've got a gas fireplace, very typical. We've got fireplaces coming out the yin yang here. Let's see. This is pretty common, like this fireplace and then little windows on the side. You'll see that time and time again in new construction. This is actually on a flag lot, which means that you have a house right over here and your driveway passes by that house for you to get out. I think that was a big difficulty when this house first went up for sale the first time. We've got an island. Here's the kitchen right there. Dining room. I mean, what's there to say? You've got a deck right here. All right, here's the kitchen. If you like the idea of bright, airy, very neutral homes without it necessarily being gray, you're going to see that a lot in the newer construction that's coming up here in Salem. And this is just a prime example. You've got open shelves over here. That's becoming a little bit more of a trend. White cabinets. They've got two-tone cabinets, actually. Got a gas range in this house. Gas is pretty common for new construction. I don't know what room this is. I'm guessing it's the primary, but no context because now we're back outside onto the deck. Okay, this is off of the living room. Great. You've got a gas hookup for your BBQ, typical of new construction. Yeah, this is the primary bedroom. We've got a barn door going to the primary bathroom over here with all the white. It's kind of hard to distinguish. But this is the primary bath. Soaker tubs are so common in newer construction in Salem. Ooh, I actually have this light. Good choice. Anyways, this is a decent sized bathroom. You don't always find bathrooms in newer construction as wide, and this is a testament to how big this house is. It's almost 3,000 square feet. It's a big one, and you can see just based on the bathroom here that a lot of that square footage was put into the primary bathroom. Good idea, because we all like bigger bathrooms. Okie dokie. We've got the soaker here, like I said, and then you have the shower. Common to have those in the primary bathroom and separated like this. They've got their primary closet, and then this is where the toilet is going to be. We are in the hallway, the main hallway, and then you've got the stairs going upstairs. In this house, I believe the primary was on the main, and then the rest of the houses, or the rest of the bedrooms were up top. This is also becoming so much more common in newer construction, where you come up the stairs and you have like this bonus area / mezzanine lounge. We've got an office right here, a bathroom, another bedroom, laundry room, which we are seeing huge improvements in laundry rooms in the new construction houses. They are bigger. They actually have a utility sink. They have space to fold your clothes. It's great. Do be mindful that with new construction in Salem, 99% of the time you are not going to get the washer or the dryer with the house, and you're not going to get the fridge. So you need to factor that into your overall cost of purchasing new construction. Okay, we've got another bedroom, another bathroom. I mean, what's there to say? This house is built on a hill, like I said, and this is the space under the house up against the hill. It's scary. Okay, hillside living. A lot of the new construction houses that are being built on hills, you aren't going to have much of a backyard. And this is generally true for new construction in Salem because big builders, they need to make money, people. And if they're building a lot of houses, especially tract homes or, whole neighborhoods, those backyards are going to be smaller because the builders are trying to pack in as many houses as they can get. So in the $600,000 price point range, you can get a backyard at that price point. But if you are looking in the $500,000s for new construction or even the $400,000 for new construction, do not bank on getting a big backyard at all, because at that price point for new construction, it's just not going to happen. Moving on, that was that little crawl space on the hillside. I mean, you could turn this into whatever the heck you wanted, but to me that just looks scary. Hillside living for you. And like I said, tiny little yard. Okay, I guess that this was a 2022 build. Let's see when this house was actually, 2021. Okay, so this home was constructed in 2021. It is newer, but still very commensurate with what we're seeing in new construction here in Salem. The next house in the $600,000 price point that we are going to be talking about is this baby right here, which, again, is new construction. And let's pull this one up. And this one's really interesting. So this house is in the South Salem neighborhood. This is a new development of new construction homes. There's probably, 15, 20, 30 houses. Oh gosh, less than that in this particular neighborhood. But what's really interesting is in South Salem, you do not have new construction houses. These houses were all constructed on a vacant lot that was surrounded by resale old homes that were constructed in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. And so it's kind of interesting because you have these older houses on the perimeter and then new houses in the middle of this neighborhood. Very, very rare. You just don't see that happen. Typically what you see is new construction happens on the periphery of the city where there is a lot more space to spread out and build more homes. Hillside living. It's crazy. This house is on a hill too. Just freaks me out. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just, I don't like hills. I'm scared of hills, in fact. Okay, as you can see here, this is new construction. This is brand spanking new 2024 build. It does not come with a fridge. This is where your fridge would go. It does have a water line, which is great because then you know that you can get an ice maker. Comes with a gas stove. You've got all the other appliances that you need. But very similar to the first house that we saw, very airy, light, bright, luxury vinyl plank for the flooring here. More open concept. People like that, and so that's what builders are doing here in Salem. Okay, and this one has an office or a den bonus space. And I forgot to look at the square footage, but we'll take a look at that. Here's the office den area at the front of the house. Here is the laundry room. Again, utility sink. You've got just a very small amount of counter space to fold your clothing. But again, very reminiscent for this price point for newer construction in Salem. Here's the primary bedroom. You've got the bath over there. Carpet in this one. Not every builder in Salem at this price point does carpet, but we are seeing it more often. And we've got a soaker tub again, what do you know? And we've got a frosted window. And then we've got the shower over here. I'm guessing the closet is around the corner. And then dual vanity sink for the primary bathroom. Okay, moving on. And then here is the closet, walk-in closet. You should expect that at this price point. If you don't have a walk-in closet for new construction in the $600,000 price point, we need to be looking at a different builder for you because it should definitely be there. Okay, moving on. This looks like another bonus area. I'm guessing that this is upstairs. Having a little wet bar there is not super common in newer construction in Salem, but we are seeing it with very specific builders, and this one is one that puts in wet bars. Okay, and then I'm guessing this is the upstairs guest bathroom, bedroom, outside, little patio. One of the interesting and unique features of this specific new construction area is that you really don't have very much privacy in your backyard. This is all open fencing, and then you have to have, like, if you want to create more privacy, you have to have vegetation to do that. Okay, great. Let's take a look at the square footage. So for this house, it sold for $640,000 expected. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and just shy of 2,500 square feet. This is typical as you can get for this price point, size of house. The specs and the details and the finishes of the new construction is as anticipated. And if you'll notice, the backyard was very small, and that's because that's what new construction provides you. We need to take a look at, I'm going to go with one more house, and I want it to be a resale house. And I think I'm going to go with this one right here, which is located, was that in the South Gateway neighborhood. So this is a very convenient neighborhood. Costco is like right here. Interstate 5 is right here, really ideal if you're somebody who commutes. And then downtown is like right where my head is. Okay, back to the home on Belinda. So this one sold for $622,000. This is a resale home, which means it's not new construction. Let's see when it was constructed. It was constructed in 2006. It's got 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and then over 3,000 square feet. And you might be wondering, why is it priced lower than the new construction? Well, with new construction, you get a brand spanking new house. So you're going to find, if you're looking for an older home and you want it to be a decent size, great, because you're probably not going to have to spend as much as a new construction house. Okay, resale homes are great. This home is pretty typical for South Gateway. South Gateway tends to have houses that all look very similar in nature. They tend to be pretty big and just kind of more cookie cutter, which isn't a bad thing. It's just like they tend to have the same vibes going on. Great, 3-car garage. Okay. Great. You've got an office bonus space. This is very much likely luxury vinyl plank. It's very hard to find wood floors here in Salem unless it's like a super old house or at a higher price point than $600,000. Super light and bright in this one. Very, very common to find big openings with like 2-story openings here in South Salem for the ceilings and stuff. Okay, we've got stairs going up. Great. Pretty darn still open concept. This was constructed in 2006. I feel like that was the time where we were starting to move into more of the open concept kind of a idea. Not stuck in the 90s or the 80s where everything had its own room. All right, yep, we've got open concept from the kitchen here to the main living or media area. Those look like some comfy couches. We've got 2-story windows, super light and bright in this house. We've got a gas fireplace here. This stonework is everywhere in early 2000 houses here in Salem. It is hilarious, and they used it up until about 2015-ish when you start to see it change, but it's kind of like my little party trick of like, ooh, what is the tiling or stone around the fireplace? And then it's really kind of gives away the age of the house. And when we start working together now, you're going to know one of my party tricks when we tour houses. Gas fireplace, great, great, great. Moving on. Okay, kitchen. Again, this color schema or design is very conducive for early 2006 or early 2000s. Granite countertops, that really kind of orangey brown is just very telling of the age of the house. This home has a pantry, which does happen at the $600,000 price point. Not every home is going to have a pantry, but super bonus to have them. This is an electric cooktop. You do have the option to negotiate with sellers to keep the appliances in resale houses in most circumstances, which is a huge benefit for a lot of people. New construction, remember, you're going to have to buy your washer, your dryer, and then your fridge in most instances. Okay, moving on. Great. We see it's a kitchen, beautiful dishwasher, dining area, bonus area, office to the front of the house that we already kind of looked at the door. That was blue. Great organization in this closet. That looks good. Okay, we've got the bedroom. You know, they're moving out. Super plain. That's great. We like it when it looks like that. And then let's go back. I don't know if you saw that. So here's the primary bedroom, and then you have a bathroom right here, and then your closet on the other side of the bathroom. Great, great, great. Moving on. You got a soaker tub. And you'll see, like new construction, you have just the tub by itself, the soaker tub, freestanding soaker tub. And then this one, in houses that are a little bit older, you're going to see that they're just like tiled and kind of put in and then tiled around. And then this is probably a bonus area. This is very common for South Gateway. Cool, nice, cute room. Okay, treadmill, no thank you. No, no, no. This is a guest bedroom or bathroom, which for whatever reason it looks like this is massively long. It probably is not. Okay, super, super typical. Oh, let me just tell you, I hate, like this is the primary bedroom, but we've already seen the photos for the primary bedroom. I wish it was always in order. It's just a little pet peeve. But also, if you're like me, you understand why that irks me. Here's the backyard. Parts of South Gateway do have hilly areas. They're not super massive in most circumstances, but you will see a lot of terraced backyards like this one. Got a little retaining wall right there. Yeah, there's a better view. Retaining wall. Okay, no grass, no problem. Oh, there's grass. Okay, a little bit of grass. You can already see that this is a smaller-ish backyard, but still bigger than new construction. So really in the $600,000 price point, you need to be mindful of like, are you looking at new construction? What are the expectations around that? Are you looking at a resale home? What are the expectations around that? Because if your main focus is like a new house, you don't really care about the backyard, you know, you're fine with being a little bit closer to your next door neighbors, new construction might be a better fit for you. If you're like, oh my God, I need character. I need a little bit more space around myself from my neighbors. You might be tending towards a resale property over new construction. And remember, with a resale property, you're going to be able to typically spend less but get more square footage. So there's always these kind of trade-offs in between what you're looking for and what your expectation should be for that price point. and style of house. All right, now I want you guys to go through this exercise that we just did together. Get your tookies onto Redfin and start typing away. What is your price point and what you can expect from the style of houses that have sold in Salem. And I want you to be looking at the sold houses. Go here to the first little thing and do sold. Don't be looking at the houses that are currently on the market, because that's just going to show you like what sellers are hoping to get. But if you're looking for solid numbers of what actually sells in that price point and for that square footage, look at the sold houses. I'm not going to talk about West Salem. I encourage you to explore West Salem and see if it's a neighborhood for you. I've got quite a few videos about it, which actually I'd like to just pull up my YouTube channel. What I want you to do is explore all of the videos that I have, because like I'm almost at 100 videos. That's a lot. But I give you a lot of information, so start watching all of my videos until you just get so sick of me, and then reach out to me using this little QR code so we can have a one-on-one consultation, and I can tell you if your expectations for your price point are spot on or totally off mark for Salem, Oregon. And if you liked this video, you need to be watching this one next. Bye, friends!